a question I have here is DeAndre Ayton is a very good player. I wouldn't call him a great player.
Is he a superstar?
He's definitely not a superstar as of now. He was the number one pick in the draft a few years ago when the Pistons' own Marvin Bagley III was the second pick. And then Luka Doncic was third and Trae Young was fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So by comparing him to Luka, he's probably disappointing. He hasn't been as good as Trae Young, but he's been a good player.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. So he's a restricted free agent. I would not expect the Suns to, offer him a huge contract, but he'll test the waters, and I'm sure somebody will offer him a max contract, which will start at around $30 million for DeAndre Ayton.
Per season.
Right. 248-539-9797. Do you endorse the Detroit Pistons offering a max contract to DeAndre Ayton? Now, the Suns can match it, obviously.
Right.
Because he's restricted. DeAndre Ayton's a really good player, but in today's NBA, is his outside shot good enough? And you can say, oh, well, look at Isaiah Stewart. Well, Beef Stew's, outside shot's gotten a little better. Are you gonna tell me that Isaiah Stewart is a better player than DeAndre Ayton? Hell no. It's an upgrade if you get DeAndre Ayton. But do you really want to see, even though if you have cap space, do you really want to spend that much money on DeAndre Ayton?
So let's just see what he adds to the Pistons. He, as a career, now this past year he averaged just over 17 points. As a career, he averages over 16.
Right.
Every single season, he's averaged over 10 rebounds per game.
Mm-hmm.
So he is an effective player.
Yes.
There's no question about that. As a rookie, he played in 71 games. And since then, it's been 38, which that was that the COVID shortened year? Yes, it was. 69 games and then 58 games. Some of that may be load management. Others,
injury.
Some bumps and bruises.
Yeah. What's his field goal percentage?
His field goal percentage is this past season. It's improved every single season. So he started off at about 58%. And this year it's gone up to 63%.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. So he's effective. He's efficient. The one thing that I am not familiar with is his defense. Is what is he as a defender?
I'm not really 100%. He's okay. Isaiah Stewart is I think a better defender,
right,
in my opinion. But that can be debated. That's very subjective.
Sure. Yeah.
So, look, Isaiah Stewart has gotten better as well in his career, right? I mean, come on. He's only played 2 years, and he's only going to get better. He's younger. But Ayton is definitely
an upgrade.
An upgrade. Isaiah Stewart's field goal percentage, 51%. He plays less minutes per game, and he only averages 8 points a game, and he averages 8.5 rebounds. But he's gotten better. The question is not what. Look, if it's upgrade, it's an upgrade for the team. There's no doubt about it.
But are you getting the value?
Right, that's the
for
question.
The upgrade that you're going to be paying for.
Now, sign and trade. You have to throw Jeremy Grant and maybe Kelly Olynyk. I don't have their salaries in front of me. Does that add up to a sign and trade? Is that something that Phoenix would even want? You throw in a draft choice, not this one, obviously. Well, depending on what happens tonight. But you want to build a team with, hypothetically, Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero, okay? Isaiah Stewart, do you trade him? And and DeAndre Ayton, is that your big three? With Sadiq Bey?
Yeah. I mean, is that big three big enough?
Not to win a championship.
Right.
Look, Cade's going to get better, you assume?
Right. Cade's going to get better and eventually going to get paid.
Yes. Ayton, you would think he was going to get better. Whoever they pick, let's say it's Paulo or, even home, whatever, going to get better. Ayton, to me, is a really good player. I just want to make sure that you're getting full value for that player.
I think he's...
And the fact that if you can't get along or have a problem with Monty Williams, who players love,
Yeah.
Coach of the Year. That, to me, is somewhat problematic.
Well, it could also be frustrations that maybe he feels like he could be more, and he's not being utilized as more. That 17 points could be.
What's his three? Does he shoot any threes?
No, not particularly.
Well, the whole Phoenix team, that's what people, Booker will shoot a three occasionally, more than occasionally, but they're more of a mid-range team, too. That's the other thing about Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the big thing for the Pistons is the timing right,
Yeah.
too. And it's a huge red flag that the Suns have put him in this position.
Or he put himself in this position.
Right, and
Well,
they're not willing to make that commitment before now.
My understanding is they wouldn't give him the max.
Correct.
So that was their choice, and that's where there's animosity here too. By the way,
Yeah, but they could also be making that as just a simple business decision, like, hey, maybe they do believe he's worth the max, but they're only going to do that if somebody else does. Like, they can match it.
Right.
But if nobody else in the NBA is willing to give him a max contract, then they can get him for less.
True.